Greetings, my viewers and my subscribers. Canada has received the biggest threat ever from President elect Donald Trump. Trump is threatening to put a 25% tariff on all goods coming across the border into the US and Mexico. The Canadian official found Trump's comment unfair when he compared saying Mexico is like Canada. He said Canada is no Mexico. In Canada, they rated about 500 billion for two-way trade. The Canadian official said Trump's comment is unfair and insulting, and he said they will be retaliating to this threat designated by Trump against uh, the against the administration. Now, people, let me say this: we know that since Trump elected president, he has been stirring up things between his jurisdiction and other jurisdictions, such as Europe. Well, I shouldn't say Europe. Well, England, Canada, and even Mexico. Because right now, what he has called this is a threat on these nations. The Canadian officials said uh, it's not like they're going to attack Americans, but they are going to attack the Trump's administration, right? He said Trump should never compare Canada to Mexico because they are not the same place, nor of the same nature. He said he wants to work together with Trump and his administration, but this problem has to be solved. Let me say this, people. Trump is like a Vladimir Putin. He has this dictatorship, he has this bullyism, and for him now to increase tariff to persons who are trading across the Mexico border and across the US border to come into the US, prices on goods are going to increase both in the US and also in Mexico and Canada as well. Now, we have seen where many people have come out complaining about this tariff increase that Trump want to do, and people are very upset about it. Now, the Canadian officials, they come out into a press briefing, they were addressing it, and they must say, yo, Trump pass in place because they might compare Canada with Mexico. Canada and Mexico people are two different places, two different kind of nature of people as well. And for Trump to do that is like the official I say it is insulting, and they look at it as a threat to them because you are gonna take an increase on tariff now for knock up the Canadian and the Mexican them and other nations we are coming to with goods. So them say if them can't work it out, well, they are going to retaliate with something else. So I don't know if they're going to pull back trading with America and they just don't send any goods there, or they might take a different action, which I don't even know what that other action is. But Trump needs to cool off with certain things because right now he stir up some kind of tension down at the British Parliament too. Because I saw a video wherein one of the officials there he was talking about Trump saying that he's going to have a good relationship with them and everything is going to run smooth. But they're saying he is an ex-felon and they want to have no part with him. So they were listening to his speech and what he was saying about the British uh, parliamentarians that he wants to have a good relationship with them. But they were mocking at his speech and they were laughing at him and they were saying, how is this going to be when he wants to be a dictator unto all nations? So they were saying that will never happen between him and them. So people listen. So Trump come like saying want start a little war now amongst these people because him start some things where Canadian officials no agree with, British officials no agree with, the Mexican them upset as well, and other nations that do trading with them have issues with Trump and in tariff increase. 25% of increase is a lot, and persons are feeling the pinch of that, right? and they don't want to go through such a situation. Boy, I mean, I know. I wish Trump would be more humble though, as he will go into office, because if he's going to go into office with this kind of dictatorship, what is going to happen is that him and Vladimir are going to go off as well, because him want call off a war between Vladimir Putin and the other nation that is fighting down there. So let's see what is going to happen, because if the world leaders are not with him and they are up against him, then he's going to have a hard time having relations with these people, and it's going to be difficult to do trade with them also, because right now the Canadian officials, including the parliament there, really feel insulted by what he said, and the mere fact too, Trump gone across the border this because he might compare Canada with Mexico to Mexico, which is very insulting and really bad, because it start a tension, it start a rift, it start a problem between these two allies. These two nations will always do good trading together. People may not know. What y'all think about this? I don't want it to be escalated wherein America can deal with Canada and Canada can deal with America. So let's see how it will pan out. But the gentleman said he wants to work out things with him. But if this is such an approach that he is taking, if they cannot come to an agreement, then they are going to retaliate. I don't know what the retaliation is going to be. Hopefully, it's not going to be a big war where force is going to bomb over there and then bomb over there. Hopefully, not this thing don't turn out physically into a little war between US and Canada, because me wouldn't like that, because there are a lot of persons who would have maybe lose them life, a lot of carnage, a lot of damages to buildings. So if Trump can just humble and work out things with the Canadian government, that would be nice, and for them to work out the tariff thing, because it's going to affect Americans, it's going to affect Canadians. A lot of prices is going to go up on food, goods, and all of that. So it's going to affect both of them if this 25% increase go into play. So people, drop a like on the video, share your thoughts in the comment section. If you're new here, welcome. Subscribe to the channel for more of these info. People, stay tuned for the next one. Now, next thing that I want to talk about, my viewers and my subscribers. I don't only think of Jamaica alone. People take plane from to go other nation, smuggling drugs. Think again. There was a lady who was caught in the airport, American airport. She was coming from somewhere in the Caribbean. And while the lady was in the line, they had a sniffer dog that went through the line. And the dog passed everybody, but he stopped at a particular lady. And the dog starts scratch the bag and a sniff at the same time. So you know what the police, the immigration man then do? They never trouble her. They say, "Oh, you can go." So when the lady walk or go up, she went to another immigration officer asking some questions. So they directed her to what she was asking. Now, when the lady reached through a particular door, there was another immigration officer who spoke to her and told her that they need to check her into a room privately. So they took her there, and they took the suitcase, run it through an X-ray thing. They didn't find any drugs, but there was another parcel that she had into the bag. Like, them clothes bag that you would put a suit in or something. Something like that she had folded up into the suitcase. So they took that from her. They went through it, they found something, they tested it, and they realized that it was really depicting the white stuff, right? And so they took her and they said to her, "Well, you need to remain silent, because we have found out you have been smuggling in the big C, right? The white lady." And she was so nervous when the dog came by, because they all saw it, but they didn't want to grab her through the line to make no excitement, so they just allow her to walk. People, let me say this. Enough time them blame Jamaican and say Jamaican people them love smuggle and they love hide and carry things. But let me tell you something, I'm a Jamaican alone, because this lady is not a Jamaican. She was of a Caribbean descent heading to America. But maybe she was carrying something. And I don't know why these people think that they can beat the airport. Oh no, can't go through the airport with the people. Let me tell you something. I went to Panama the other day. And when I was in immigration, they did the same thing. A lady with a dog came up, and she go through the line, and she go through the line, and she go through the line. And let me say this. I was so scared because me not like dog. Me get dog bite before. And when me see dog, me get paranoid. Yes. Me not like honest dog come in just me get nervous and paranoid. Anyway, he went past and he went through the whole line and they didn't pull out anybody because apparently nobody was carrying anything at that particular time. So let me say this, as something what them a do in the airport. So for God's sake, if we not go plan for carry nothing, nobody plan for carry nothing because at the end of the day, when you reach in the immigration line, them a go let go the drugs dog for sniff out. That is what happened to the lady, you know. Cause she a come in and you know what the next thing too? When the lady go for the bag, here is a part. When the lady go for the bag, she take up the bag and put it on back. So them a watch her now. So when she take up the bag, officially now, then she walk go towards the immigration officer. They question her and took the bag and say we're going to extradite the bag because look here, them realize long time say she dey carry something. But what they do, they watch you. Sometimes they know say have it even from Jamaica here, you know. And they watch you and they send the information overseas. So you see when you come off of the plane, them don't have you targeted already. And I believe this lady, they already line her up, target her, and will say, as she them want. Because sometimes, even in a Jamaica, here too, when you go to the airport, they know that you have it, but through them know say you can't cross US or Canada border with them thing, they then just make you go over, you go get bite over it. So let me say this. There are a lot of people who think you can outsmart the immigration officer. You think you can outsmart the drugs dog, the stiffer dogs. You think you can outsmart a lot of people at the airport. You can't do it because at the end of the day, you know, next thing that they have there, if they didn't find anything in the bag, they would have put her into the room where they do the X-ray of the entire body. People, me see them put one next man into the X-ray room. Yes, when the man going there, look here, the amount of pellet where the man swallow. People, me say they have to carry him going to one another room, give him something to drink, and he pass them out. Cause them say no, you see if one of them pallet they busting at him, is a dead man, you know, is a DEA man. So you all need to consider before you do this kind of action because let me tell you something. They are going to book you, yes, man, and they are going to jail you, prison you, because at the end of the day, you're wrong to smuggle these kind of things into any country. And even though big money depend, you know, them pay people to carry things. Listen, Mr. They hold one man with with about 30 pair of shoes now. Here the immigration officer. Why is he taking so many pairs of shoes? And they suspected that it was that kind of thing, drugs, into the shoes. So they take off every one at the bottom of the shoes. And to their suspect, what they call it? To their surprise then, um, the drugs was found and they jailed the man. Let me tell you something. Jamaican people get bite, other Caribbean people get bite, other European get bite, American get bite. Those who are traveling with these kind of things, you no believe so no can get to because they have systems, they have certain things that they put in place that you can't get where. There is no escaping it. You understand? So please, if you're ever thinking of doing these things, this is from it because it's not a good thing. And you are going to pay the price of losing your freedom to be behind bars several years. You understand? So and only Jamaican alone run them kind of risk. Yeah. You have other nation too. But sometimes people just think say Jamaican too enough and them brawling and they want to have money and they want to show off so they will do anything for make money. Listen, I hardly hear they catch a Jamaican right now because the other day there was another British lady that came to Jamaica. And it looked like somebody should come here to they load her up and they ship her out. When she got to the airport, songsters. Listen, you see when they come in there, they have every equipment and dog, everything. Let me tell you something. She not pass the airport. She not board the flight. They put the suitcase in a the thing, the X-ray thing, and they found out that there was drugs in there. Let me tell you something. Then just book him and book her and jail her same time. Let me tell you something. You all have to understand these things will cost you your freedom, and if you love free, don't even think about making the action of taking these kind of drugs across other nation. 'Cause